Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon. Happy Father's Day as we wrap up the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's American Legion Baseball Father's Day Tournament here in Roseburg. The final day of the tourney features the top 4 teams in the standings. The Doc Stewarts will take on Moundtime in the battle for third place, while on the other side of the bracket, you've got Mid-Valley and Medford squaring off for first place coming up later on this afternoon. It's American Legion Baseball for you here on this Father's Day morning, and we wish you a very happy Father's Day and a good morning. I'm Joey Keyran here with the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run of the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. That's Roseburg Disposal. Well, the rains seem to have parted for now. We've got blue sky off in the distance. Sunshine pouring down on us here at Champion Car Wash Field. It was raining pretty significantly just a little while ago, but things are starting to dry out a bit. Temperatures are going to be cool, but we are playing baseball here in the month of June. Kind of a weird feeling in the month of June, but I don't know about everybody else here at the ballpark, but that fresh rain sure did bring in some nice aromas and kind of gave us a nice fresh start to the day. As the Doc Stewarts look to continue to build off of last night's win over Moundtime, the two teams will square off for a second time. Docs last night getting a 9-7 win against Moundtime to secure their spot in this third place game. A loss yesterday would have meant the Doc Stewarts would have had today off. So a win yesterday puts them into the final day of their own tournament. Meanwhile, Moundtime had gone 3-0 through the tournament, had 4-game winning streak before last night's loss against the Doc Stewarts. We'll see what the two teams have in store for us coming up here in just a little bit. As we make our way towards first pitch, we're going to get a chance to hear from head coach Eric Savage. It's been a few days since we've checked in with him, getting in player interviews the last couple of days. So we'll get to see what the coach is thinking about how his team has performed here in the tournament. We'll also get a chance to get you your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups as we count down to first pitch. It's the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Before we take our first break, I want to remind everybody that we've got today's game streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. You can also check out the action on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. Find us there. Hit the subscribe button to follow Doc Stewart's baseball throughout the summer. We'll go ahead and take the time out. The video stream is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe on 541radio.com. And this is Doc's Baseball here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Joining us here in the pregame as we get ready for the third-place matchup in the Father's Day tournament. Doc's head coach, Eric Savage. Coach, been talking with players throughout the tournament, so I haven't had a chance to catch up with you. How have you felt like things have gone? The team has played competitive through these. I know game one went to Medford, but a close game there that you guys had opportunities in, and then have battled through. Got a tie in there. We got a little bit of everything, but you guys find a way to make it here to the final day of the tourney. How have you been feeling about how things have been going for you guys?
I'm happy with where we're at as a club. Never satisfied. I think we can always get better, but we continue to play good baseball, and we continue to put ourselves in ball games. And we see a little bit of resiliency out of our kids. We are competing, fighting back. I mean, we're doing all the right things. We got to be a little bit better on the hill, be ahead in counts versus being behind in counts, and not put our defense to sleep at times. But man, super happy with where we're at as a club. We're starting to connect on all levels, and we're playing good baseball, and that's what this is about, is playing good baseball, teaching the kids the game, hopefully winning games at the same time, but also moving these kids to the next level. And I'm very happy with where we're at as a club. So
you guys have played some good competition. Medford obviously has been the cream of the crop here in the state of Oregon. Fairfield's always a good team out of Northern California. This Moundtime team that you faced last night and handed a loss to is a good travel ball club out of the Portland area that's had some experience against some college clubs in the start of their season. How have you felt like kind of the competition is preparing you guys for the stretch run of June and into July where things really start ramping up?
Yeah, I think it's been a good marker for us of where we need to be and hopefully build for more. The Moundtime we played yesterday, offensively they're impressive, and we showed that we can hang with them, and we fought back when they answered, and man, it was fun to compete against a really good club yesterday. Medford's Medford. They run, they bunt, they do all the little things right, and they're very competitive. They still have that type of championship mentality, which they should. And then Fairfield Club, man, there's good arms over there. They're athletic. They pull from a very large area, and Brad's always done a really good job with them. So there's a reason why we played those guys in this tournament. I felt like getting those guys games with them was going to be the best suited for us, and it's just been really good baseball for us. Close ball games, and like I said earlier, there's plenty of opportunity for us to be, one or two losses right now, but it is what it is. I think we're starting to peak at the right time. So
okay. As you guys get ready to go here today, it is Father's Day. That's Father's Day tournament. You're gonna have the family here. I know you get the early ones, so maybe you got to get a chance to have dinner with the family later on today. But Father's Day, it's always kind of nice to be able to wrap it up with some baseball for you guys. But also you got the family around and hanging out and enjoying Father's Day with the kids at some point.
Yeah, absolutely. Emily and the kids, Archer and Clara Lynn, are going to be here to be at the ball game, and Emily likes to surprise me on Father's Day, so I don't really know what's in store after this. But yeah, what a great time to have kids and be a coach of Doc Stewart's and have them be a part of this. My wife, she was a competitive athlete that played at the collegiate level. We want that same experience for our kids, but whatever they do is up to them, and it's just special to be able to have them here at the ballpark with me on Father's Day. I mean, What a great place. So and this is where we got married, so it's even more special to us.
Well, there you go, where the whole process got started. Coach Savage, thanks so much for the time. Best of luck to you guys out there today.
Thank you, Joey.
And that is Coach Eric Savage joining us here on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Again, let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Joey Kieran here with you. Do wish everybody a happy Father's Day tuning in and joining us here today. I hope that you get a chance to at least say hi and get a chance to tell your dad thanks for everything throughout your life, and hopefully that is something that you get a chance to spend a little bit of time doing today. Checked in with my father earlier and wished him a happy Father's Day. He's going to be out on the golf course doing a little bit of that here this afternoon. It's going to be looking like the sunshine is going to break its way back out here for us today. That's not too shabby. A little while ago, it was looking pretty dreary out there. Quite a bit of rain and gray clouds overhead, but now sunshine back with some of those clouds moving on through. Temperatures not expected to be very warm today, although with the rains now past, it feels like it's warmed up a little bit. Looking at temperatures right now in the mid-50s, expecting to get to the low 60s here this afternoon. It's kind of a weird weather pattern going through right now. We had been pretty warm the last couple of days. Dropping into the low 60s is going to be barely reaching the upper 50s, maybe 60 degrees tomorrow here in the Umpqua Basin, before starting to warm up by the time the Doc Stewarts are back out on the field after today's game. Coming up on next Friday, temperature will be back in the mid-70s for our highs, but hasn't necessarily been a scorcher of a summer yet, but it is, again, only June. We are counting down to the first pitch of today's ball game. Coaches are shaking hands, and it's just about time to get this one underway here from Champion Car Wash Field. We'll have a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups when we come back as we wrap things up on the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. And we'll get this one underway for you. Playing for third place, it's the Doc Stewarts, 5-5-1 on the season. Moundtime 7-6 on the year. The two teams squaring off for a second consecutive day. We'll take the 2-minute timeout and come back with your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate! Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
That is our national anthem there, sung by Bethany Buckley, as we welcome you back here to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field, getting ready for our third-place game between the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts and Moundtime. Doc Stewarts are your designated visiting team in today's matchup, so let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for your Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. For the Docs, led by head coach Eric Savage, your leadoff batter will be Brooks Avery, playing at shortstop, followed by second baseman Cade Johnson. The DH, Evan Martin, will bat third for starting pitcher Cole Collins. Playing at third base, hitting cleanup is Daniel Withers. At first base, Evan Corbin bats fifth. Starting in center field, Carson Dunn will bat sixth. Hitting seventh and starting at catcher is Knox Hubbard. In right field, batting eighth, Drew Camp. And in left field, Sebastian Watson will round out the starting nine for the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. Taking the mound for Moundtime is going to be Cooper Wygant. Wygant faces Doc Stewart's team here on the final day of the Father's Day tournament. Cooper Wygant, out of Pierce College. He had quite the freshman season out of Southridge High School class of 2022. There in Puyallup, Washington for Pierce College. Had 14 appearances, started 13 games, a 6-5 record. He threw 79 1/3 innings. That's a pretty hefty load there for the freshman. He had 48 strikeouts, 31 walks, and a 3.18 ERA. Behind the plate for Moundtime here today is going to be Dakota Chun catching, the battery mate for Wygant on the mound. Out at first base is Caden Bertram. At second base is going to be Zane Garvey. At shortstop for Moundtime is Nigel Phelan. And at third base here today is Aiden Rice.
For the Docs to lead off the top and first, number 5, Brooks Avery.
We'll take a look at the outfield here in just a second as the first pitch in, strike one, and we are underway in today's ball game. Brooks Avery leading things off, an 0-1 count for him, as he will take a strike on the outside corner on the mound. Wygant ahead in the at-bat. Looks like a bit of a side armor if I'd caught that right there. Yeah, he likes to drop it down, and Avery able to stay alive as he fouls off the 0-2 pitch. In the outfield from left to right, Joey Genduso, Caden Kingsbury, and Connor Stone, your starting defensive alignment for this Moundtime team out of Hillsboro. Ground ball, right side, high, bounding chopper to second base, throw to first, scooped up by Bertram, and that will retire Brooks Avery to start things off here in the first inning. One away. Brings up Cade Johnson, who had a couple of doubles yesterday against this Moundtime club. Drove in two with a pair of doubles. First pitch, swung on and fouled away for strike one. Moundtime traveling ball club, not a Legion club, out of Hillsboro. That's where Moundtime calls home, there by Liberty High School. But with players from all around the Portland metropolitan area, even down to Corvallis as they pitch outside. 1-1 count for Cade Johnson. Wygant delivers low and outside, and Johnson ahead in the at-bat. Doc Stewart's winning yesterday against Moundtime, 9-7, in a game that went back and forth throughout that one. Docs pulled ahead for good with 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 pitch. Johnson swings and misses for strike two. It's a 2-2 count with 1 out and nobody on in the top of the first inning. Foul ball away on the inside corner there by Johnson. Starting at second base again today for Cade Johnson. He's been at second. He played some at first. He's been in the outfield a little bit. So they've been trying to find a spot for him as he's out in front on the breaking ball for strike three. Goes down swinging. 2 away. They want Cade Johnson's bat in the lineup regular, so they're trying to find a good spot for him. And they've settled on second base the last couple of times. And his bat has been coming along here lately. Was one of the top hitters for the Docs last year. Ground ball left side for Evan Martin. Diving attempt by the third baseman. It'll be the shortstop, Nigel Phelan, that ends up with it. Backing up Aiden Rice, who dove to his left, couldn't get there. But Phelan makes the play behind him, and the toss across the diamond for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for the Doc Stewarts in the top of the first. Moundtime coming up to bat against Cole Collins. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, we'll take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage. Bottom of the first inning, taking a look at the lineup for Moundtime, led by head coach Jake McGraw. Leading things off, Caden Kingsbury, the center fielder, followed by Nigel Phelan, the shortstop. At first base is Caden Bertram. The catcher, Dakota Chun, will bat fourth, followed by Cooper Wygant, the pitcher, batting fifth. In right field, hitting sixth is Connor Stone. Batting seventh and playing third base is Aiden Rice. Hitting in the eighth position, the left fielder, Joey Genduso. And starting at second base and rounding out the starting nine is Zane Garvey. No DH being utilized by Moundtime for today's ball game, as we will head here to the bottom of the first inning. Cole Collins on the mound for the Doc Stewarts. He has Knox Hubbard behind the plate for him. Evan Corbin at first, Kay Johnson at second. Daniel Withers at third and Brooks Avery at short on the left side of the diamond. In the outfield from left to right, Sebastian Watson, Carson Dunn, and Drew Camp. First pitch for the right-hander Cole Collins out of Oakland High School is in for strike one, and we are underway here in the ball game. In the bottom of the first inning, a scoreless one. Caden Kingsbury, the leadoff man yesterday, was 1 for 3 with a run scored. He puts this one in the air out towards right center. Long run. Carson Dunn tracks it down. And that young man is so vital in center field with his speed. He gets to a lot of balls on either side of center field. One away on the fly ball out to center, as Nigel Phelan will stand in. The shortstop will get an opportunity to hit with nobody on base and one away. Squares the bunt, pushes it third base side. Daniel Withers off the end of his leather. Can't make the play on safely. Will go Phelan. It'll be an infield single for Phelan. Daniel Withers, even if he had gloved that one cleanly, was going to have to make a big-time throw to first base to be able to get Phelan, who put the pressure on with his speed out of the left-hand hitting side of the home plate. Get you down the line a little bit quicker there, and that was going to have to be a bang-bang play. First pitch from Collins to the three-hitter, Caden Bertram. Misses a bit high for ball one. Doc Stewart's trying to get their third straight win. They've won back-to-back games for the first time this season as a pickoff throw by Collins. Not there in time. Phelan back in safely. Docs have been kind of win-lose throughout the season. Runner is going. The pitch is low. Hubbard behind the plate, unable to make a play to get the runner at second. So Phelan steals second base into scoring position here in the first inning with one away. That takes away that double play option up the middle. Caden Bertram, the three-hitter. This is where a lot of the damage was done yesterday for this Moundtime club. Pitch high. It's a 3-0 count for Collins. 10 hits in the ballgame yesterday for Moundtime against the Doc Stewarts. 4 of them coming out of the 3 and 4 hitters, who both had multiple hits, Eli Bro and Caden Bertram, although Bro not in the lineup today. Ball 4, Bertram will take the walk. Runners at first and second with one away here in the bottom of the first. Third place ball game. Medford and Mid-Valley playing for first place coming up at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Dakota Chun, left-handed batter, will stand in.
moved up into the cleanup spot with no Eli Bro in the lineup today. Cole Collins' first pitch at the top of the zone for a strike. Yesterday, Dakota Chun, 1 for 3, got a single in his last at-bat. Started off the game with a walk. The left-handed hitter digs back in. The 0-1 pitch, runner going to third. Throw to third, not in time. In safely. Tagged on the helmet was Nigel Phelan. Steals third. Maybe if the throw was right there and no tag on no swipe by Withers was needed, if the throw had gone right to the bag, maybe they had a chance to get him. But Phelan got a great jump on that one and gets into third. So runners on the corners with just one out. Dakota Chun at the plate, a 1-1 count. Collins will deliver in. Does get another strike at the top of the zone against Chun. Dakota Chun out of Sunset High School. Still rather young, just a sophomore this last year. He's got the 1-2 count against him. Takes low and inside. Cole Collins on the mound for the Doc Stewarts. We mentioned the other day that Cole Collins was recently named the most outstanding pitcher at the 3A, 2A, 1A All-Star Series. Earning his way there and earning that award. Pretty good for him. Ground ball up the middle, gets through. Moundtime will take a 1-0 lead here in the first inning on the RBI single by Dakota Chun. Second hit of the game for Moundtime. Runners at first and second, still 1 out. Cooper Wygant, the pitcher. Wygant gets a chance to try and help his own cause here. Already a 1-0 lead to work with.
Number 6, Cooper Wygant.
Wygant bats from the right side of the plate. Didn't get a chance to hit at all at Pierce College during his spring season. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. Was used strictly as a pitcher. Wygant plays with his teammate from high school, Caden Bertram, there at Pierce College. Bertram out at second base right now as another ball fouled away. 0-2 count for Wygant. Those guys both graduating from Southridge in 2022. Getting a chance to continue playing together. Don't see that too often. 0-2 count for Cole Collins in the bottom of the first. Check swing. Actually more of a defensive swing there by Wygant. Didn't really go all the way around. Just got the barrel out there enough to foul off that pitch. Stays alive with the 0-2 count. Sun shining down on us here at Champion Car Wash Field. 0-2 delivery for Collins with runners at first and second. Ground ball goes to second. Johnson flips to Avery. Back over to Corbin at first. It's a 4-6-3 double play, and that will finish things off here in the first. Doc Stewart's will get out of it, but Moundtime able to get one run across. They lead this 1-0. 1 run on 2 hits, no Doc's errors, and 1 man left on base. Headed to the top of the second, 1-0 Moundtime in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Second inning, number 8, Daniel Withers.
Withers, Corbin, and Dunn, your three hitters to lead things off here in the second inning for the Doc Stewarts. Daniel Withers swinging at the first pitch, fouls it off his front leg for strike one. Joey Kieran here with you as we welcome you back to Champion Car Wash Field. Today's game brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Low and inside, 1-1 count for Withers. Cooper's Pest Control, your starting lineup sponsors when you're looking to build the best defensive lineup for your home. It includes Cooper's Pest Control. They'll protect you from those summer bugs. It's Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Give them a call at 673-0363. 1-2 pitch to Daniel Withers. Bounces outside to the backstop. And it's a 2-2 count. The 2-2 pitch inside will get Daniel Withers on the front hip. Hit by a pitch. First hit batter of the day for either side. Cooper Wygant puts a man on. First runner on base for the Doc Stewarts. So there's one on and nobody out for the Docs as they look to make up this one-run deficit. If last night was any indication, these two teams will probably find themselves going back and forth again here today. For the Docs, they're hoping to hang with this Moundtime team, which has proven them pretty good throughout this season so far. Swing and a miss to Evan Corbin. He's got a 1-1 count as he stands in for the first time. Corbin hitting in the 5 spot today for the Doc Stewarts. Runner going 1-1. Ground ball left side. Goes off the glove for Aiden Rice and into left field up to second base. Daniel Withers won't get credit for the stolen base as he was running on the pitch. But Evan Corbin will get to first on the single. One hop off the glove there for Aiden Rice. Had to react quickly, could not get in front of that one. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Doc Stewarts. Every first hit is brought to you by MSK True Value. Make sure you don't swing and miss with your next project. Make it a hit this summer. You head to MSK True Value Building Supply, located in Myrtle Creek in Tri-City. Squaring to bunt and taking strike one is Carson Dunn, the center fielder. Turns and looks to the dugout. Looking for the signal from the coaching staff over there. Sweet life of Zach and Cody at first and third. The Watkins brothers coaching. And then Coach Savage up in front of the front step at the dugout. Yeah, Evan Martin was standing in front of him. I didn't see him there at first. A foul ball, almost a really nice bunt there for Carson Dunn, but as he was in the box and trying to get out, that ball bounced right back up off the turf and off of him. So a foul ball as he was still in the box. He's got the 0-2 count. Nobody out, runners at first and second. Doc's trying to rally back, down 1-0 here in the top of the second. Doc's the visiting team on their home field. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strikeout number 2 on the day for Cooper Wygant. And he's able to get the first out here in the second inning. That'll bring up Knox Hubbard, the left-handed hitting catcher. And Knox moving down in the lineup today. Drew 2 walks yesterday, but did not have a hit. But he's been slugging the ball pretty well throughout this season. Had a triple against Klamath Falls earlier in the tournament. That would have been back on Friday. Trying to remember what day was what now. Docs had Thursday off and played Klamath Falls on Friday. That ball fouled out to the parking lot. Strike one for Hubbard, 1-1 count. We'd like to wish a happy Father's Day to all the Docs fathers out there, including one of our sponsors, Chris Hubbard, State Farm Insurance, Knox Hubbard's dad. It's a pickoff throw to second base. Back goes Withers. A shortstop, Nigel Phelan, kind of playing behind the bag there. Definitely shifting for Knox Hubbard. Shortstop is wide open if Knox was able to send one through the left side of the infield. Phelan playing pretty much to the left to second base. Runners going, throw to third, and sliding well past the bag goes Daniel Withers. Up to second base goes Evan Corbin. He'll steal second, but out at third was Daniel Withers, and the Doc Stewarts have 2 down. Still a man in scoring position, an RBI opportunity here for Knox Hubbard to try and tie it up. He takes outside. The count goes to 3-1. So Evan Corbin at second after his single. But Daniel Withers, after getting hit by a pitch to start out the inning, thrown out at third trying to steal. 3-1 pitch. That one fouled away again. The end of the parking lot for strike 2 for Knox Hubbard. They continue to play him shifted up the middle. The shortstop playing pretty much behind second base. So shortstop is wide open for Knox, the left-handed hitting catcher, who they are playing to pull this one. They keep pitching him well outside, though. Wygant kept trying to hit the outside corner, and a good hitter will find a way to push that to the opposite field if he can. Knox Hubbard, though, takes for ball 4 on the 3-2 pitch. And so runners at first and second with 2 away. Get a courtesy runner. That will be Jalen Riddle. That'll run at first base for Knox Hubbard. So runners at first and second, 2 down. Drew Camp will bat. Camp will stand in after going 1 for 2 yesterday with 4 RBI. Had a big day at the plate for him yesterday. Takes outside for a 1-0 count. Drew Camp had a triple to drive in 2, but drove in a run with a walk on the bases loaded as he takes outside a 2-0 count. Also had a sac bunt to bring in a run. So productive day at the plate yesterday for Drew Camp, hitting 8th in the lineup, looking to try and be productive here with runners at first and second and 2 away. A throw back to second base, lobbed it out there for Wygant. He's got a 2-0 count against Drew Camp, left-handed batter again. And that one fouled into the netting for strike 1. They continue to play Camp as a pole hitter as well against Wygant. Nigel Phelan playing well up the middle. Watching a strike go by, Camp, a 2-2 count. Two-two pitch with runners at first and second and 2 away. Swing and a miss, and Camp goes down swinging. Third strikeout in the game for Cooper Wygant. Docs threaten here in the second, but are unable to push a run across. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 2 men left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Doc Stewart's trail 1-0. Moundtime coming up with their 6, 7, and 8 hitters when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet, 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
First batter for Moundtime to lead off the bottom of the second inning, number 16, Connor Stone.
Bottom of the second, Cole Collins will face Connor Stone, Aiden Rice, and Joey Genduso. The 3 hitters up for Moundtime, leading 1-0. Moundtime looking for a third-place finish in the tournament standings. First pitch, strike 1 to Connor Stone as we get things started here. Connor from Sunset High School, graduating this year, a senior for the Apollos. The 0-1 pitch bounces in front of the plate. Some darker clouds have made their way off in the distance here in the Umpqua Basin. 1-1 count for Collins. That ball drilled to left field, drops down the line in for a single. A long single there for Stone.
The next batter, number 2, Aiden
That
Rice.
is the second, make that third hit in the game for Moundtime. Runner on at first, nobody out. Cole Collins staring in, seeing a lot of familiar faces making their way through the grandstands. It's a pitch outside, a 1-0 count for Aiden Rice. Roseburg High School baseball player and basketball player going to be heading to UCC to continue his basketball career. I saw Hunter Fullerton just walk through. Saw former Docs player Austin Anderson as they throw over to first. He was here in the building last night, and I thought I saw him here today. Austin finishing up his college baseball season with the Oregon Ducks here recently. So the Ducks fell one game shy. It's a pitch to, or throw over to first base, went off the glove for Evan Corbin. The Oregon Ducks finishing one win shy of making it to the College World Series, but a great season for Austin Anderson, a former Doc Stewart, and for Jace Stoffel, former Doc Stewart as well. Jace earning honorable mention, or excuse me, All-American honors. Second team, I forget by which organization put that one out, but definitely a great season for both Austin and for Jace there with the Oregon Ducks this year. 2-0 count right now for Aiden Rice at the plate. Another pickoff throw to first by Collins. Cole Collins working here in the second inning. Taking his time, looking into the glove for Hubbard. His 2-0 pitch. High and tight. Backing off the plate, Aiden Rice, the third baseman, has a 3-0 count. For Cole Collins this year, he was the 2A-1A Special District 5 Pitcher of the Year. Also earned first-team All-League honors. And as mentioned, earned that Outstanding Pitcher Award at the 3A-2A-1A All-Star Series. 3-0 pitch. Hits the strike zone to stay in this at-bat against Rice. Collins graduating this year from Oakland High School. His first year with the Doc Stewarts. Look forward to catching up with him. He's not a guy, I've talked to him a few times on the radio, but look forward to getting a chance to talk to him in person. He gets a foul ball back to Aiden Rice, and that takes us to a full count here in the second inning. Those player interviews, we'll continue those coming up when we get to our next date on the calendar for the Docs. They'll have a doubleheader against the Post 20 Dirtbags on Friday coming up this next week. We'll have an interview with the player in between those two games. 3-2 pitch by Collins. That ball in the air to right field. That's going to be a long run for Drew Camp. Gets behind it, sends it in, and into third base will go Connor Stone on the double by Aiden Rice. Rice battled there at the plate, finally saw one that he liked on the 3-2 pitch, drove it to the right center field alley. Drew Camp and Carson Dunn both chasing it. Camp got there first. A double for Aiden Rice. Joey Genduso will bat. Starting left fielder. First action against the Docs. Didn't play yesterday against them. He'll get an at-bat here with runners at second and third and nobody out in the second inning. His first pitch, he takes low and inside for ball one. We've done a couple more player interviews here in the last couple of days with Knox Hubbard and with Brooks Avery. It's a 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed by Genduso. Those player interviews not uploaded yet, but the interviews we've done with Cade Johnson, with Sebastian Watson, and with Carson Dunn, those are all uploaded to 541radio.com and on their player bio page at Doc Central, sponsored by Champion Car Wash and Jiffy Lube. So if you'd like to go back and listen to those or download to save them or anything like that, you can go check them out. 541radio.com, head to Doc Central. Check out the roster and the individual player bio pages. A 1-2 pitch here coming up for Cole Collins to Genduso. Check swing and a ball outside. 2-2 count. Joey Ginduso, graduating this year from Century High School. Got a 2-2 count against him. Collins delivers. That ball fouled back. Looks like a slight drizzle has started again here at the ballpark. Kind of tough to tell at times, but you look in the right spot, you might be able to see them. There's sunshine off beyond the right field fence, but over the field, a lot of gray clouds. Swing and miss at a ball in the dirt. They get the out at first as Ginduso is thrown out there. Strikeout for Cole Collins, his first of the game. Retires Ginduso. One away. Zane Garvey will bat. Strikeouts for Doc Stewart's pitchers this season. Brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Don't swing and miss with dinner tonight. If you're looking for something for Father's Day evening, yeah, why not? Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. The lefty, Zane Garvey, will bat. First pitch swinging, a ground ball to second baseman Cade Johnson. Throws to first. The runner at second was way off the bag, but they get the out at first. There's 2 down, and the Doc Stewarts need 1 more to get out of this pickle. They've got a runner at third and a runner at second.
Number 10, Caden Kingsbury.
The Moundtime Baseball Club able to get 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out, and the Doc Stewarts right now are 1 out away from getting through this little bit of a situation for Cole Collins. Top of the order, Caden Kingsbury will bat. He takes low and outside for ball 1. Out at second base, Aiden Rice. He thought that, I guess, Connor Stone must have been going on that ground ball to second base, and he was almost 3/4 of the way to third base before he put the brakes on and started heading back to second. If the Docs had really been on top of it all around, they might have been able to try and get a double play off of that one, tagging out Rice at second base, but he got back in safely. Strike on the inside corner, 2-1 count for Caden Kingsbury. Kingsbury yesterday, as I was going through pronunciations, tells me it's Kingsbury, not Kingsbury. I'm not a fruit. The 2-1 pitch in the dirt. Knox Hubbard knocks it down. So I guess there's probably been a PA guy from time to time that has gotten the wrong pronunciation on Kingsbury. Kingsbury, not Barry. I said it wrong there. What do you know? 3-1 pitch to him. That ball down the right field side will drift foul. Drew Camp giving chase, but that ball gets out of the ballpark. 3-2 pitch coming up with runners at second and third and 2 away here in the bottom of the second, trying to keep it a 1-run ball game. Cole Collins on the mound. A little bit of a drizzle coming down, not a heavy rain by any means. But most people underneath the cover behind home here at Champion Car Wash Field. 3-2 pitch by Collins. Slaps right side. That's a base hit for Kingsbury. 1 run will score. They're going to send a second run. The throw is cut off. 2 runs come in on the single by Caden Kingsbury. So he drives in 2 more runs for Moundtime. They lead it 3-0 over the Doc Stewarts. Here in the second inning, 2 down. Cole Collins was 1 out away from getting through the situation after giving up a leadoff single and then a double. Pickoff throw to first, back in safely goes Kingsbury. Nigel Phelan at the plate. He scored in the first inning after reaching on a infield single. Throw to first, scooped up by Evan Corbin on a low throw. 1 hopped in. Parker Burke has been up and thrown in the bullpen for the Docs. He got the save last night. If he were to come in, it'd be 3 straight days that Burke has come in to pitch. Strike across on the first pitch to Phelan. So I'm not sure if Burke's out there truly looking to get into this ball game as a pitcher or if he's just out there getting a kind of off-day workout in. We'll see. Runner going on the 0-1. Ground ball goes to first. Knocked down by Corbin. He's able to get back to it and tag the bag for the final out. Doc Stewarts get out of things in the second, but not before Moundtime will add to their lead. They're on top 3-0. 2 runs on 2, make that 3 hits. There were no Doc Stewart errors and 1 man left on base. We will go to the top of the third inning. It's 3-0. Moundtime on top of the Roseburg Dr. Stewart's on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Quick worker in between innings. Cooper Wygant gets a couple of strikes across against Sebastian Watson, who takes outside for ball one, a 1-2 count. As we lead things off here in the third inning, rain's starting to pick up just a little bit. Just outside on the 1-2 pitch, 2-2 count for Sebastian Watson. The 9-hitter in the lineup card for the Doc Stewarts as we play here on Father's Day Sunday. Sebastian works his way to a full count against Cooper Wygant as we lead things off in the third inning. Sebastian hits the third base bag. It bounces high in the air. No throw from third baseman Aiden Rice, who barehanded that ball. That was right down the line, hit off of third, went straight up. And I thought maybe a chance for Aiden Rice. If that ball hadn't gone quite as high as it did, maybe he had an opportunity to make a play on that one. But Watson will hit the bag. Second hit of the game for the Doc Stewarts, and they get a leadoff man on base for a second straight inning. They look to try and capitalize and cut into a 3-0 deficit against Moundtime. Top of the order, Brooks Avery will take inside for ball one. As we welcome you back, today's game sponsored by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Inside again, right around waist level for Brooks Avery. He's got himself a 2-0 count. Brooks was our interview guest yesterday, and we'll get those interviews posted online here soon as he chops and fouls one away. Those are fun for me, especially for some of the guys that I've gotten a chance to cover the last couple of years. Those player interviews are fun to get a chance to catch up with some of these guys after their high school seasons or their first year away at college. And then for the new guys, it's kind of fun to get a chance to get to know them and meet them face to face. Brooks is a guy I've gotten a chance to cover during the Roseburg High School season as he fouled one away, has a 2-2 count with nobody out and Sebastian Watson on at first. But I hadn't really gotten a chance to do kind of a one-on-one interview. It was more just a post-game interviews asking him about that game. Got a chance to learn a little bit more about him. He likes to snowboard and golf. Man after my own heart there. I like those two as well. And he told us a lot about, what was the name of the game? Spike ball. It's been real popular lately. 2-2 count here for Cooper Wygant. Another foul ball as Avery continues to stay alive. Rains are picking up again, but they're playing through it here at Champion Car Wash Field. All artificial turf, so that definitely helps make it more playable during the rains. Ground ball left side, scooped up by Rice. He'll make the throw to second, throw back to first, not in time. They get Watson at second, get one of the two. Avery trades places with him, gets on with a fielder's choice. Aiden Rice making that scoop to get things started. One away for the Doc Stewarts. Cade Johnson will bat, struck out swinging in the first inning. Takes the first pitch outside. Our next player interview will be a first time for me, talking with Jalen Riddle. And that'll be our next one coming up on Friday next week. Jalen coming from one of the coastal schools there at North Bend. He's one of two guys from the coast. Is Avery running, throw outside, no throw to second by Chun. And the Docs get a man into scoring position as Brooks Avery steals second. It's a 3-0 count at the plate for Cade Johnson. 3-0 pitch by Wygant. He misses high for ball 4. Runners at first and second. One away. Doc Stewart's trying to cut into the 3-0 deficit. Evan Martin will get a chance to bat.
Batter, number 17, Evan Martin.
I haven't even spoken one word to Jalen Riddle yet. He's just always been busy working every time I've been down near the team, but seems like a nice young man. He's been playing well here to start out the summer with the Doc Stewart, so looking forward to chatting with him and getting to know him a little bit. First pitch, strike 1 to Evan Martin. The DH grounded out to short his first time up, looking to stay out of that situation with 1 out and runners at first and second. Pickoff throw to second base. Back in goes Avery. With the rains coming down, guys will need to be heads up on their slides into the bags. Try not to overslide as the runner's going, and a base hit opposite field for Evan Martin. That'll score Avery. Heading for third goes Johnson. He's in, stays on the bag. Up to second goes Martin, and the Doc Stewarts are on the board with 2 in scoring position. So the Doc Stewarts get 1 in. Brooks Avery scores from second. Doc's runners were going on the pitch. So they had the runners moving as Evan Martin hit opposite field through the second base gap, and he drives in 1. Here's a ground ball up the middle, fielded backhanded by Zane Garvey, the second baseman, throws to first, and they'll get the out there. Daniel Withers drives in a run, though, and it's a 1-run ball game, as scoring on the ground out was Cade Johnson. And so Withers goes down for the second out. But he does pick up an RBI. That ball almost got through. Up to third base goes Evan Martin. It's Evan Corbin now. He chops at a 1-0 pitch, fouls it away. So the Doc Stewart's able to get 2 runs back here in the third. They trail 3-2. At third base is Evan Martin after his RBI single. Outside, Evan Corbin takes for a 2-1 count. Corbin on a breaking ball, fouls it to the on-deck circle. Knox Hubbard snags it with his right hand. The 2-2 pitch. That one chopped off the plate will go back behind home, staying alive on the 2-2 count. Rain's really picking up here again. This is kind of what it was doing in the pregame. Coming down pretty heavy, and they're going to get some fresh and dry baseballs out there. The bat boy for today, Donovan White, getting a chance to run out there and get our home plate umpire, Dan Bachmeyer, a fresh set of baseballs. Donovan White, a student of Coach Eric Savage, who teaches at Coffinberry Middle School. Strike 3. Corbin watches it go by, but the Doc Stewart's able to get 2 across. So they cut into the deficit and get themselves on the board and make this one a competitive ball game again. 2 runs come in on 2 hits. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. So the Doc Stewart's back in it, trailing 3-2 here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Dark Field might be real interesting here soon. Well, artificial turf can do only so much. As the rains are coming down here, they're going to pause things here at the moment as the Doc Stewarts and Moundtime are squaring off in the third place game in this one. Right now it's a 3-2 lead. Moundtime in front of the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts. And the Docs getting their first hits or first runs of the game in the top of the third. But as we go to the bottom of the third inning, we are into a rain delay in this one. So we are hanging out here at the moment while we wait to see how long this lasts. That means I get to vamp and fill some time. So that will be fun. Joey Kieran here with you. Today's game has been brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. That's Fisher's Hearth and Home. We are waiting to see how long this will last here for the Doc Stewarts and Moundtime. The rain wasn't really in the forecast for today. I woke up this morning and I saw maybe like at 2 o'clock a possibility of a few raindrops, but really didn't expect this. But there's been just kind of a few heavy clouds, and off and on they pass through. We heard that maybe a little bit south of us down in Green, things coming in a little bit sideways down there. Over on the east side of town where the radio stations are at, Grady Hamilton back in the studio telling us that it's just a little bit of a drizzle over there. So probably all depends exactly where you're located on what your ideas of what the rain is like here today in Douglas County. But at the moment, it's coming down pretty decent here at Champion Car Wash Field, and they've got the teams off the field. The turf will hold up pretty decent. I know that there are some spots that get a little bit soupy when there's a decent amount of rain that comes down in a short period. But those are, for the most part, you give them a couple of minutes, those things dry out fairly quickly with the artificial turf and the great drainage that we get here. It's all artificial, and for those maybe tuning in for Doc Stewart's baseball for the first time, or maybe tuning in to catch Moundtime out of the Portland area and unfamiliar with the field, they renovated about 3 summers ago, I think it was. It was right around when the pandemic was starting to get underway. Not that that was a good thing. They decided they got the field redone. It was all grass and dirt prior, but they put in the artificial turf, and some great sponsorship from Champion Car Wash to help make that happen, and other community sponsors, as well as donations of the labor and materials to make this all happen. And really a great community project that came together for a facility that serves the community greatly. This field gets used by Umpqua Community College, which was a big kind of getting the ball rolling type of thing for this project, with the college returning baseball as one of their sports offerings. That allowed, that kind of drove some of the momentum to getting the project done to get the field turfed. So that was a big one. Umpqua Community College uses the field during the spring season. You get Roseburg High School, the 6A program, using the field during the spring for their varsity team. And then Umpqua Valley Christian, which is a 2A, 1A school, they use the field for practice and for the varsity games there as well. So a couple of schools that use this facility during the spring season. Of course, UCC baseball, the community college, also using it for some fall ball action during the fall season, which this field obviously does well during the fall when you might get a little bit more nasty weather in there as well. And then during the summer with Legion Baseball, this has been the home of Legion Baseball for a long time here in Douglas County, like decades, long time. Like it's been a long time that they've been playing games here. And during the summer, this field gets a lot of use. And so the turf really helps make it very playable and makes the maintenance portion of everything a lot easier for everybody. You've got the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts that use it during the summer. You've got the 2 single-A clubs, the Pepsi Bottle Caps and the Dr. Randall's Crowns. They use it during the summer. And then now you've got the developmental team as well, the Bowers Industrial Loggers that use the field as well. That's kind of 13 and 14-year-old developmental team. So there's 4 teams that use this field during the summer as well. And not having to drag the field, having to water it, having to mow it, having to rake it, all of those things to the mound maintenance, not having to do all of that definitely makes this a great field that you really can just move in and out of games quickly. And with so many teams using it, the field doesn't get just absolutely torn up throughout a season. And the other good thing is with turf, once this rain starts to let up, they should be able to get a chance to play out there again here pretty quickly. But right now, it continues to rain. It's not a drizzle. It's not a sprinkle. It's not a heavy rain. It's not a downpour. It's just kind of a steady rain right now, coming down pretty significantly. But they've got things playing at the moment, and we are in a rain delay with our score 3-2 going to the bottom of the third. We were just about to start the third. We had our first call to the pen for the Doc Stewarts. After 2 innings of work, Cole Collins had come out of the game, and Parker Burke comes in for a relief appearance. Going to be an early relief appearance for him. Has been used as the closer the last couple of games. In fact, the last 2 games, Parker Burke has come in and pitched the 7th inning and earned his first 2 saves of the season. He takes over for Cole Collins here in the 3rd inning whenever we get back to play. All pitching changes are brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. If you're considering a change when it comes to your insurance coverage, it's time to get in touch with Chris Hubbard. He can help you deal with all life's curveballs with life insurance coverage to fit your budget, plus coverage for your home and auto. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsurers.com for a quote today. I'm Joey Keyran. Coming up later on today, and with a rain delay, they had actually a decent amount of time between this 3rd place game and the 1st place game. They had a little bit of a window there where there's going to be a lot of time to get ready for that championship game. But now it might close down that gap a little bit. I imagine they're going to probably still try to stay as close as they can to a 2 o'clock start time for Mid-Valley and Medford, squaring off for first place, coming up at 2 o'clock here in a little bit. The tournament standings had 3 teams tied at 3-1 after the Doc Stewarts won last night against Moundtime. With that win, the Docs gave Moundtime their first loss of the tournament. So you had Medford, Mid-Valley, and Moundtime all 3-1. Doc Stewarts finished at 2-1-1. They had that one tie because of the time limit against Fairfield. Boss Baseball was the team that was waiting to find out whether or not they were going to be playing today. If the Docs had lost yesterday against Moundtime, Boss Baseball would be playing in this game here today. But the Docs pulled out the win 9-7 yesterday. That knocked Boss Baseball out of 4th place in the tournament standings. So your 1, 2, 3, and 4 teams, Medford, Mid-Valley, Moundtime, and Roseburg. Then Boss Baseball and Salem both went 2-2 in the tournament. Fairfield went 1-2-1. Klamath Falls was 1-3, and Corvallis went 0-4 in the tournament. And the top 4 teams advancing here to these 2 games coming up here today. Doc Stewarts will be back to action coming up on Friday later this week, and they will be playing against the Post 20 Dirtbags in that matchup. It'll be a home game. Docs are at home until June 29th. Will be the next time that they will be on the road for a contest. But they will be here at home for a number of games. But they will get some time off. Docs are taking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off of games. I'm sure they'll get plenty of practice time in there, but they will have some downtime with the games here coming up over the next 4 days. I'll be taking some time off. So those that are listeners to the radio here locally, you won't hear my voice on the radio doing sports updates on News Radio 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. And you won't hear my voice necessarily much here on the score doing any sort of updates as well. They continue to hop out of the dugout and look to the skies to see which way the clouds are moving and find out what might be coming. Here at Champion Car Wash Field, you usually get a good opportunity to kind of look to the southwest, It's usually where the weather is coming from and kind of see what might be heading our direction. And we're waiting to find out whether or not things clear up for us with a rain delay going on right now. And I didn't catch, but it's probably been 5 minutes or so since we hit a rain delay here at Champion Car Wash Field. And things are sort of starting to lighten up a little bit, but it's still a decent amount coming down. Now the question will be, and it's hard to tell how wet the field really is, but I know sometimes it kind of just it puddles and pools up right at the surface of the turf. And so from up here in the booth, it may look just fine.
We're going to pick the winner.
It might look just fine from up here in the booth, but then when you're down there walking around in it, you're splashing in water that's standing on the field that's as things drain. So we'll kind of see how they continue to progress here. Again, in a rain delay right now. We're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute break. Let's go ahead and combine a couple of things here and do a 2-minute break. We'll see where things are at when we come back, and if we are still waiting, we will take a look at your Area 4 league standings. Yesterday we had a couple of league games going on for the Challengers and the Nuggets, so we'll take a look at that when we come back. I think they are just about – let's go ahead and do a 60-second break, actually. Let's make it a 60-second break. Sorry, Grady. It looks like they're getting ready to go, so let's go ahead and take a quick 60-second break, and we'll come back here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Well, we get ready to resume things here in the bottom of the third inning. And we got things stopped right as the bottom of the third was getting ready to go. So we will have nobody on, nobody out, as Parker Berg takes over for Cole Collins. A call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. It's a 3-2 ball game. We'll get you recapped here again for the matchup. For the Doc Stewarts, the designated visiting team, 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. For Moundtime, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Cole Collins goes 2 innings as the starter for the Docs. He gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. They all go down as earned runs. He will give up 1 walk and had 1 strikeout. It'll be Caden Bertram to lead things off against new man Parker Burke. Yesterday, Burke pitching the 7th inning. And his first pitch to Bertram gets away, and he drills him in the shoulder. And a runner on to start things off in the 3rd inning. Doc Stewart's rallied from a 3-0 deficit and got 2 runs in the top of this 3rd inning to make it a 1-run ball game here, 3-2. So yesterday, Burke pitched the 7th inning. He faced 6 batters. Caden Bertram was the final at-bat of that one. Grounded out the 3rd. A ball to center field for Dakota Chun. It's caught by Carson Dunn. Had to come charging in to get to that ball in shallow center field. 1 away. As Dakota Chun now 1 for 2 on the day with an RBI single back in the 1st.
Now batting number 6, Cooper Wygant.
Cooper Wygant will bat. He grounded into an inning-ending double play back in the 1st inning. He'll take inside from Burke for a 1-0 count. Still is drizzling a little bit, but it's let up enough that they've decided to get back to action in this one. A 1-0 in the dirt, knocked down by Knox Hubbard. He chases it down the first base side. It's a 2-0 count for Wygant. Wygant, the starting pitcher for Moundtime. I didn't notice anybody throwing for Moundtime, so expecting that we'll see Wygant out there. As that ball got away from Burke behind the head of Wygant, he ducks out of the way. .3-0 count here in the third place game. Ground ball left side, Wygant base hit. Drives it into left field between short and third. He gets on with his first hit. And that puts runners at first and second. One away. Connor Stone. Stone 1 for 1 with a single in the second. Eventually came around to score. That second inning, Cole Collins gave up a single and a double to start. Then got a strikeout and a ground out. Was 1 out away from getting through the inning before giving up a 2-run single to Caden Kingsbury. At the plate, Connor Stone with runners at first and second and 1 away. Swings at the first pitch. Can't find it. Knox Hubbard lost the baseball with the umpire saying foul ball. That got fouled and went through the legs of Knox Hubbard. He couldn't find it at first, and then the umpire threw up his hands. Everybody's yelling at him because Hubbard couldn't find it and then wasn't chasing it to the backstop. Everybody else was thinking he's got to get to that ball quickly as the runners are moving up. But Knox, before everybody else, realized the umpire was saying foul ball. So the runners head back to their bags. 0-1 pitch, fouled away again by Stone, and he's got an 0-2 count. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he had the 0-2 count before he got a base hit back in the second inning. Or at least he had a 2 strikes against him. The 0-2 delivery here for Parker Burke on in relief. That ball slapped right side, gets over Cade Johnson at second base. Drew Camp will come up firing. The runner holds at third. A 2-strike single for Connor Stone. And the bases are loaded. Bertram at third, Wygant at second, and Connor Stone at first. Aiden Rice had a double to the alley in right center his last time up. And Rice will stand in a big spot here, looking to try and see if he can bring in some runs and stretch the lead back out for this Moundtime club. First pitch from Burke in for a strike. .01 delivery, Parker Burke looking for a ground ball or a strikeout. That ball in the dirt, a 1-1 count. Rice, meanwhile, looking for a base hit or maybe something in the air to the outfield to drive in a run. Extend this 1-run lead for Moundtime at the moment. 1-1 pitch from Burke. That ball is going to head the same direction out towards right field, but it is caught by Camp. He'll throw that ball in. It's cut off by first baseman Evan Corbin. A run will score on a sac fly for Aiden Rice. 2 down. Coming in to score, Caden Bertram.
Number 15, Joey Genduso.
Everybody else stays put, first and second. So it's now 4-2. Moundtime in front. Joey Genduso will bat. He struck out in the second inning against Cole Collins. Ground ball left side. Stopped by Avery. No chance to make a play on that one. Avery sliding to get to it. Keeps it on the infield, but he can't make a play. That ball too deep in the hole to get an out at any of the bags. So a single to the left side of the diamond for Genduso. And the bases are loaded again. Still 2 outs. And the 9-hitter Zane Garvey, the left-handed batter, a chance to try and add to the lead for Moundtime. They're back in front by 2. High and away to start out the at-bat. If it's still raining, I can't tell from here. There's a pitch in for a strike. There's blue sky now off to our left. Still some dark clouds out towards center field. A 1-1 pitch. That ball's fouled back to the netting. A ball and 2 strikes for the 9-hitter Garvey. Out of the windup for Burke, his 1-2 pitch hit the batter on the front foot to bring in a run. And it's back to a 3-run lead for Moundtime, 5-2. As they get back the 2 runs they gave up here in the top of the third.
Kingsbury.
Scoring was Cooper Wygant. As Zane Garvey gets hit by a pitch. 8th batter to the plate for Moundtime. Caden Kingsbury stands in against Parker Burke. An 0-1 count after a called strike 1. That goes off the glove. The runners will hold at third base, dictating what would happen there. Connor Stone doesn't try to advance on the ball to the backstop. 1-1 count for Kingsbury. He had a 2-run single back in the second, flew out to center in the first. Pops this one up right side and out of play. Burke trying to wrap it up here, needs one more strike. His 1-2 pitch, low and outside. They tried to see if they could get the hitter to chase. Evens it up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kingsbury from Mountainside High School. The 2-2. Line drive up the middle is going to drive in and add to the lead. Carson Dunn comes up throwing. That ball goes to the plate, but not in time. 2 runs come in, 4 RBI on the day for Kingsbury. And now Moundtime is in front by a score of 7-2. I think Kingsbury slipped going around at first. I looked out that direction. He was laying on his stomach just around the bag. The turf got to be a little slick out there. But he did his job, drove in 2. Joey Ginduso scoring from second. Connor Stone easily scoring from third. Zane Garvey went first to second on the single. 9th hitter to the plate for Moundtime. Nigel Phelan will bat. He's 1 for 2. Takes the first pitch, strike 1. Burke buries one at his feet, a 1-1 count. So Parker Burke trying to get through it here. He had given up 1 run when he got the second out, and since then he's given up 3 more. Ground ball right side, past a diving Kate Johnson. Drew Camp throwing in, that ball to the plate, not in time. The runner goes to second, throw not in time there. So Moundtime will bat through the lineup. Second hit of the game for Phelan. Kingsbury ends up at third. Scoring from second was Zane Garvey.
The next batter, number 25.
And that is now 5 runs that have come in here in the third inning. It's 8-2. And there's still runners at second and third, as Phelan, after his single, advanced to second on the throw to the plate. Just 2 outs, and Caden Bertram will bat for a second time. He'll keep it going as he singles left side. Another run will score for Moundtime. Bertram with a single, his first hit in the game after getting walked and hit by a pitch. And Coach Savage is going to come out of the dugout here, and Parker Burke may not make it through this inning. He needed just 1 more out, but he's getting a visit from the head coach. Kingsbury scores. Phelan moved up to third. So 6 runs have come in for Moundtime. They've sent 10 hitters to the plate. Now, the Docs didn't necessarily have anybody throwing in the bullpen, so I don't know if they may not make this change here. They may be out there buying time for somebody to start getting warm in the bullpen. Not sure who that is. He's back behind the grandstands a little bit further than I can see. So we'll wait to find out. But out there, Coach Savage trying to buy some time for a reliever getting warmed up. Parker Burke pitching for a 3rd day in a row. He'd only thrown 2 innings previous to today's outing. 2 relief innings and had earned a save in each of those. But a bit of a rough outing here. He's facing his 11th batter and has given up 6 runs. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, 6 runs. It's definitely been a tough go of it here for Burke in the third.
Moundtime, number 25, Dakota Chun.
It would be Dakota Chun. Chun hit a fly ball to center field for the first out here in this third inning. And how often do you see this? A guy commits the first out, comes back up to bat in the same frame, and ends up committing the final out as well. We'll see if Burke can make that happen. First pitch, a strike to lead off the at-bat for Chun. It's Logan Anderson throwing in the bullpen for the Doc Stewarts. The 0-1 pitch. That ball belted to center field, tailing towards the alley. Long run for Dunn. He will not get there in time. That ball all the way to the wall. Chun is muscling into second, rounding and heading for home. Scoring from first will be Caden Bertram. And so that puts in 2 more runs. A 2-run double for Dakota Chun scores Nigel Phelan easily from third, and Bertram all the way from first comes around as well.
6, Cooper Wigan.
2 runs come in on the double. That found the alley out there. Chun really got behind that one, and he smacked that ball to the fence. A runner at second base with 2 down. And that's going to do it for Parker Burke. He doesn't make it out of this inning as another visit to the mound by Coach Savage. So we're going to go ahead and take a 60-second break as we get a call to the pen brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. With 2 outs in the bottom of the third, Moundtime has blown this one open, leading 11-2. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Logan Anderson takes over for the Doc Stewarts as they make a call to the pen, brought to you by Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. Docs make the pitching change. If you're looking to make a change with your insurance coverage, of course, get in touch with Chris Hubbard State Farm Insurance. He'll help you deal with all life's curveballs with life insurance coverage to fit your budget, plus coverage for your home and auto. Contact Chris Hubbard at 541-672-3301 or visit chrisinsures.com for a quote today. Cooper Wygant will bat for a second time here in the third inning. He had a single and scored a run already. Logan Anderson misses high and away on his first offering. Out at second base is Dakota Chun after his 2-run double. His second hit of the ballgame. He's got 3 RBI. Pitch just low, 2-0 count. 8 runs in here in the third inning for Moundtime. They've batted through the lineup and have now sent 12 hitters to the plate. Cooper Wygant leading this one 3-0 in this at-bat against Logan Anderson. Anderson working out of his stretch from Umpqua Valley Christian. Anderson 3-0 pitch. That ball in the air out to right field. Drew Camp running back will square it up, and Camp gets underneath it. And that'll wrap up things here in the third inning. So out of the bullpen, Logan Anderson gets the final out, but the Doc Stewarts give up 8 runs here in the third. They trail 11-2 as we go to the top of the fourth inning. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Starting the fourth inning here at Champion Car Wash Field. Moundtime, we knew they had the explosive offense, and it comes there in the third inning with 8 runs to build a 9-run advantage. Carson Dunn leading things off for the Docs here in the fourth inning. He struck out his first time up against Cooper Wygant, who has had a long layoff. He faces Dunn and fires a first pitch, strike one. Carson swings a big cut there for an 0-2 count. Wygant had to sit during the rain delay and then a long third inning, so it's been a while since he's been on the mound. He misses high and inside to Carson Dunn. Today's game brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. The 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, down on another strikeout for Dunn. Fifth strikeout in the game for Cooper Wygant. That brings up Knox Hubbard, who drew a walk in the second inning. Docs Baseball also brought to you by Dr. Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. You can visit drrandall.com or give them a call at 541-378-6694. Knox, the left-handed batter, first pitch, fouled back. There is a 10-run rule limit in these ones, I do believe. Was that a yes from that side down there? Okay, so yeah, there we go. Strike called. 0-2 count for Knox Hubbard. So for those that might have been wondering, yeah, this one could end early with a 10-run rule game after 5. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Knox Hubbard backed off the plate, but that ball catching the corner for strike 3. There's 2 down. That's the 6th strikeout in the game for Wygant. Logan Anderson out there throwing in the bullpen for the Doc Stewarts, trying to continue to get loose after getting called on quickly to come in relief. Ball fouled away for strike 1 to Drew Camp, who struck out in the second. Docs scored twice in the third inning. Looked like they were on the comeback trail. It's a pitch inside, 1-1. Docs made it a 1-run ball game after the top of the third, but after about a 10-minute rain delay, 10, 15 minutes, they came back out there, and Moundtime got 8 runs on the board. A 2-out single to left field for Drew Camp. Goes opposite field with the outside pitch.
The next batter, number 2, Sebastian
Camp
Watson.
Gets his first hit of the game. Yesterday, Drew Camp had a nice day at the plate. Had a triple, reached on an error, scored twice, but he finished with 4 RBI in that game. Sebastian Watson, first pitch swinging. He goes opposite field. That's going to roll a little bit. He's going to have extra bases. Drew Camp into third. He's rounding for a home. And Watson's going to try for a triple. The throw to third, not in time. A triple for Sebastian Watson. Drives in a run. A 2-out triple gets the Docs on the board. With another run here, they make it a 8-run ball game. Like to see the team fighting back there. Back to the top of the order, Brooks Avery swings and misses at the first pitch. Might have been just what the Docs needed there to try and jolt them out of their slums there with the 8-run deficit. Or excuse me, a 9-run deficit. Ball fouled away by Avery. 0-2 count for him. You know, guys might have been a little sluggish going to the plate, but now something to spark them there. Maybe they can rally back a little bit. It's going to have to take another inning to get there as Brooks Avery watches strike 3 on a breaking ball go by at the knees on the inside corner. So the Doc Stewarts go down here in the 4th inning. Cooper Wygant strikes out the side, but in between he gave up a single and a triple. 1 run comes in on 2 hits for the Doc Stewarts. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. Doc Stewart's trail at the moment 11-3 against Moundtime here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning starts off a ball sharply hit down the left field side, but just foul by no more than 3 feet there for Connor Stone, who will lead things off for Moundtime. Moundtime leading this one 11-3. Docs Baseball brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans at 672-5701. Going the other direction this time for Stone. In the air out to right field, Drew Camp tracking it towards the foul line, makes the catch. Connor Stone had been 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and 2 runs scored, but he flies out against Logan Anderson to start things here in the 4th. Up to bat will be Aiden Rice. Doc Stewart's there in the top of the 4th inning. That triple by Sebastian Watson, their first extra base hit of the ball game, also drove in a run. There's a pitch high there to Aiden Rice, a 1-0 count. All extra base hits and RBI, so you got them all right there. Brought to you by BTB Moving. They provide the labor services for your moving needs. They're affordable, dependable, efficient, and careful. They're veteran-owned. Senior and veteran discounts are available, so book now at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. 2-0 pitch inside, 3-0 count here for Aiden Rice. Logan Anderson, third pitcher used for the Doc Stewarts here today. He misses high for ball 4. Issues his first walk. 1 on. Only 2 walks in the game for Doc's pitchers, also 2 hit batters. But a lot of hits in the ball game right now. 12 of them total for Moundtime so far. Pickoff throw to first by Anderson. Logan Anderson, first-team All-League selection there at Umpqua Valley Christian. The youngster, just a sophomore this last spring. Ground ball goes to Daniel Withers, his teammate from UVC. Withers fields, throws to first, won't get it there in time. Did the best he could on a ground ball. One hopper sharply at him at third base. Did what he could to try and make that play. Knocked it down, but bobbled it around, and by the time he got it out of his hand, Joey Genduso
Number 18, Zane Garvey,
was most of the way down the line. So he beats it out, an infield single. Second hit of the game for Genduso. Runners at first and second, 1 away. Zane Garvey swings through the first pitch for strike 1. Look back to second base for Anderson. Doesn't throw that way. Garvey hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning. Takes a strike at the top of the zone for an 0-2 count. 1 away, 2 runners on. Doc's looking for a ground ball here. Outside. Logan Anderson came in the third inning. This is his 5th batter faced. Gets a foul ball towards the parking lot. Garvey. A 1-2 count. 1-2 delivery. Runner going from second. The ball fouled away, so back to second base for Aiden Rice. Trying to take third on a stolen base. (11-3) ball game here in the top of the 4th. Just outside. Two balls, 2 strikes. Logan Anderson trying to help keep the Docs in this one, down by 8. Don't want to let it get any larger. That ball fouled away. Docs earned their spot here on the final day of the tournament. And I'm sure they would hate to see it end early. You're playing, you might as well try and play all 7. Although, I don't know what the rain delay did to our time limit here. It's a 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. There's 2 down. Strikeout for Logan Anderson, his first. Just the second strikeout in the game for the Docs pitchers.
The next batter, number 10.
And that strikeout is brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. Logan Anderson faces the top of the order. Caden Kingsbury to bat. In the dirt on the first pitch. Kingsbury 2 for 3 with 4 RBI. He's got 2 two-run singles. In the dirt. A 2-0 count. So it looks like everybody else gave Daniel Withers an error on that play rather than a hit for Joey Genduso. So I guess I will change my scoring. The 2-0 pitch. Kingsbury puts this one in the air out to Carson Dunn in center field. And that will wrap up things here in the 4th inning. Final out made. And the Docs able to, for the first time today, hold Moundtime off the board. No runs on no hits. There was 1 Doc Stewart error and 2 men left on base. We go to the 5th inning. It is an 11-3 score. Doc Stewart's trailing as they come to the plate on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Cade Johnson leading things off for the Doc Stewarts here in the 5th inning. Ground ball on a 1-0 pitch. Goes to shortstop. Booted there by Nigel Phelan. And that'll be a leadoff runner on base for the Doc Stewarts on the first error of the game for Moundtime.
Batter, number 17, Evan Martin.
Doc Stewarts with 1, and now Moundtime with 1 as well. Evan Martin will bat. He had an RBI single back in the 3rd as he continues a great summer here for the Doc Stewarts. Martin will be a senior next year at Douglas High School, and boy, that kid, he can hit pretty well, that's for sure. Takes the first pitch for strike 1. On the mound, Cooper Wygant, still throwing. Gets a swing and a miss, running for second, and thrown out at second base. is Cade Johnson. So that'll clear the bases. One away. Doc Stewart's been trying to be aggressive on the base pass, but Johnson didn't get the jump he needed on that one. Evan Martin at the plate, the 0-2 pitch, strike 3. He watches it go by. For Wygant, that is strikeout number 8 on the day, 2 down. The Docs started things off with a little bit of momentum, and now the air seems to be deflated out of that balloon. Ground ball to short. Phelan has a second opportunity to make up for the error earlier, and he does as he retires Daniel Withers on a routine 6-3 put out. No runs, no hits. There was one error, no runners left on base, and we are through the top of the 5th inning, 11-3. Moundtime could end it early with 2 runs coming up here in the bottom of the 5th to try and secure a third-place finish here in the Father's Day tournament. It's 11-3 as we go to the bottom of the 5th on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Number 17, Nigel Phelan.
Nigel Phelan will lead things off, 2 for 3 on the day with an RBI and 2 runs scored as he takes outside from Logan Anderson to begin things here in the 5th inning. Docs Baseball on the Score brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com. Just got out there, just stuck the barrel out there and was able to get it around, pulls it to right field. Nigel Phelan gets his 3rd hit of the ball game. And Moundtime will have a leadoff man on, leading 11-3 here in the 5th. Their 13th hit of the game. This is a team that definitely knows how to swing it, that's for sure. Caden Bertram will bat. He is 1 for 1 as a pickoff throw to first. Bertram, a walk, been hit by a pitch, and an RBI single. He scored twice in the game. Logan Anderson, 3rd pitcher used for the Doc Stewarts. Runner going. Throw to second by Hubbard. Will get there late. Rolls into center field. And running for 3rd will go Phelan. Middle infielders didn't quite get there in time. Had to try and field it behind the bag. And a one-hop there got into center field. And so Phelan will make his way all the way to 3rd. That'll be an error on the Doc Stewarts. Stolen base and then an error moving the runner up to 3rd. Pitch high, a 1-1 count for Caden Bertram at the plate now with a runner at 3rd base. Sun starting to break through as the clouds open up a bit here in the Umpqua Basin. Anderson misses outside. Parker Burke credited with 8 runs in this game. So 3 for Cole Collins to start, then Parker Burke gave up 8. Loss will go to Collins unless the Doc Stewarts have a massive rally in them. Ground ball, 3rd base. The runner's heading home. The throw to the plate, bobbled by Knox Hubbard, and a run will score. Fielder's choice for Bertram. Drives in a run. Docs almost had the out there at home, but the ball was dropped, put down another error for the Doc Stewarts. That one goes on the catcher, Knox Hubbard. This ball belted high in the air out to right field. Dakota Chun trying to end this with one swing, and I believe he just did it. That ball clears the right field fence for Dakota Chun. A 2-run homer will make it 14-3, and that's going to wrap up the ball game as the Doc Stewarts will fall to Moundtime. Dakota Chun, a 2-run homer, and the 10-run mercy rule will be in effect, and that ended in a hurry. So that does it for this ball game. The Doc Stewarts kind of ran out of gas at the end of the tournament, and Moundtime's bats, they found their groove once again as they belt this one for a third-place finish. End out this one with a 14-3 victory to go 4-1 in the tournament. The Doc Stewarts go 2-2-1 in the tournament, and made their way to the final day of the tourney, but ran out of a little bit of gusto and steam here in the final one. Dakota Chun's 2-run homer over the right field fence ends this one early. 14-3 your score. We'll go ahead and take a 3-minute break. Let's make it a 3-minute break as we go to the Neal Company Real Estate post-game show a little earlier than expected. We'll get a 3-minute break in. We'll put together all the numbers and come back as we wrap this one up for you on Father's Day weekend. Today's game been brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. The postgame show next on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Wrapping things up here as we get you into our Neal Company Real Estate Postgame show. Doc Stewart's falling to Moundtime as the game goes final. Doc Stewart's losing in this one. They'll go to 5-6-1 on the season. Moundtime goes to 8-6 on the year. And the Doc Stewarts get 10 run in the final game of the tournament, but they make it into the final game of the tournament and get to play 5 here on their home field. That's always a nice thing. You don't want to be left out of the final day of your own tournament, and the Doc Stewarts get a chance to play there. Taking a quick look at the final numbers here, and then we'll take a break, and we'll come back, recap scoring, and get you more individual numbers. For the Doc Stewarts, 3 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors. They left 4 men on base. For Moundtime, 14 runs on 14 hits, 1 error, and left 5 men on base. Getting the win will be Cooper Wygant, who pitches all 5 innings for Moundtime. Taking the loss, Cole Collins, through the first 2 innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits in those 10 innings of work. Doc Stewart's never led in the matchup, so Collins ends up taking the loss here today. We'll go ahead and take a 4-minute timeout. We'll get in some commercials that we will have backlogged because of the shorter game time here. We'll get those commercials in on a 4-minute timeout. We'll come back. We'll take a look at the scoring and more of the individual numbers. Let's make it a 3-minute break, and we'll be back with more here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days when you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller, when businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field on Father's Day weekend. Happy Father's Day to everybody tuning in and joining us here. Joey Keyran with you as we continue on with the Neal Company Real Estate Postgame Show. Since 1977, their team works to provide the most efficient and effective property management and real estate services. Find available properties and rentals at nealco.com. Doc Stewart's baseball this season brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. And by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. Well, the Doc Stewarts falling 14-3 against Moundtime, their most lopsided game of the season, ends early after 5 innings with the 10-run mercy rule. But the Doc Stewarts will now take what they've done here during this tournament, and they will try to see if they can build off of that going forward. And we'll see where things take us from here. Doc Stewarts will have a non-league game against Post 20 Dirtbags coming up on Friday in their next matchup, and we'll talk more about what the schedule has in store. But taking a look at how this one played out with some scoring, Moundtime took a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the first. 1 run on 2 hits. It was a single by Nigel Phelan that got him on base. He would score on a single by Dakota Chun. It was 1-0. Made it 3-0 in the bottom of the second when Moundtime scored 2 more runs off of Cole Collins. A single and a double to lead things off for Connor Stone and Aiden Rice. And then a 2-run single with 2 outs by Caden Kingsbury made it 3-0. The Doc Stewarts would get 2 runs back in the top of the 3rd inning. A single to lead it off by Sebastian Watson, although he was forced out at second base after getting on a ground ball by Brooks Avery. Avery would get on with the fielder's choice and eventually came around to score. Cade Johnson walked. He eventually came around to score as Evan Martin hit an RBI single and Daniel Withers had an RBI ground out to get the Doc Stewarts 2 runs in that 3rd inning. Then we hit about a 10 to 15 minute rain delay, and that paused things for a bit. When we came back, we started the bottom of the 3rd with a new man on the mound. Parker Burke took over. Burke, unfortunately, didn't have it. He only lasted 2/3 of an inning. He faced 11 hitters before he came out of the game, and he ended up giving up 8 runs on 7 hits. Doc Stewarts didn't commit an error in that inning. 7 hits in that one, 2 hit batters, and so things did not go Parker Burke's way here in the 3rd inning here today. Didn't get out of the 3rd and gave up the big number there that really propelled Moundtime to take the big lead and put them on path to get this one over early. Doc's got 1 run back in the top of the 4th on an RBI triple by Sebastian Watson, but it wasn't enough to try and keep this game going in the bottom of the 5th inning. A leadoff single by Nigel Phelan got him on base. He would steal second on the throw to second base. When he was stealing, the throw got away. That would move the runner up to 3rd. And then on a ground ball by Caden Bertram, they threw to the plate to try and get Nigel Phelan, and the throw not caught at the plate. That allowed the run to score. That had Bertram on base when Dakota Chun hit a 2-run homer over the right field fence to end this one early. So it was a lot of offense there for Moundtime. Doc Stewart's, unfortunately, not much behind them. Pitching decision, Cooper Wygant gets the win. He goes 5 innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Cole Collins takes a loss, going 2 innings, gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. Parker Burke, the 8 runs on 7 hits and 2/3 of an inning. Logan Anderson finished it out. He pitched an inning and a third, gave up 3 runs, only 2 earned, 2 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout for Anderson in relief. Doc Stewart's again fall to 5-6-1 on the season. Moundtime goes to 7-6 and make that 8-6 on the year. And the Doc Stewarts will now get ready for the Post 20 Dirtbags coming up on Saturday. We'll take our final break here at the Postgame Show. When we come back, we'll look at offensive numbers and look ahead to the schedule of what's to come for the Doc Stewarts. It's the Neal Company Real Estate Postgame Show. We'll take another 3-minute break and come back to wrap it up for you here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
good old days. When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Well, the Doc Stewarts unfortunately fall short today against Moundtime. That ends their two-game winning streak for the Doc Stewarts, but they'll try to get back on track coming up here in a few days after a few days off for the ball club. Final score again was 14-3. Taking a look at offensive numbers, not a lot on one side, plenty more on the other for the Doc Stewarts. Guys doing stuff here in this one here. Brooks Avery 0 for 3 but did score a run, reached on a fielder's choice. Cade Johnson 0 for 2, scored a run, got on base with a walk. Evan Martin was 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Daniel Withers goes 0 for 2, did have an RBI with a ground out. Evan Corbin 1 for 2 with a single. Carson Dunn 0 for 2, Knox Hubbard 0 for 1, drew a walk. Drew Camp was 1 for 2 with a run scored, and Sebastian Watson finished the game 2 for 2 with a single and an RBI triple. That extra base hit brought to you by BTB Moving, providing the labor services for your moving needs. Veteran-owned. You can find them at 541-315-0122 or find them on Facebook at BTB Moving. They'll help you out here in Douglas County or around the state of Oregon. They are not afraid to go where you need them, and they provide a little bit of extra muscle for your next move. So those are the offensive numbers for the Doc Stewarts. On the other side, for Moundtime, all but one hitter got a hit in the game. Everyone in the lineup scored. That is how things went for Moundtime here today. They get a, let's see, Caden Kingsbury at the top of the order goes 2 for 4 with 4 RBI and a run scored. Nigel Phelan was 3 for 4 with 3 runs scored and an RBI. Caden Bertram 1 for 2 with 3 runs scored and 2 RBI. Dakota Chun was 3 for 4 in the game with 5 RBI and a run scored. He was a triple shy of the cycle, had a single, a double, and a home run, driving in runs on each of his hits. Cooper Wygant was 1 for 3 with a run scored And let's see, I actually put him down for an RBI, and he didn't actually have one, so let's take that out of my scorebook there. Behind Wygant was Connor Stone. He was 2 for 3 with 2 singles. He scored twice. Aiden Rice was 1 for 1 with a run scored and an RBI. He had a double for his only hit in the game. Also drove in a run with a sac fly and had a walk. Joey Genduso goes 1 for 3 with a run scored. And in the 9 spot, the only guy that didn't get a hit was Zane Garvey. He was 0 for 2, but he did reach on a hit by pitch. That came with the bases loaded, so he got an RBI and eventually came around to score as well. So those are a look at the offensive numbers for today's ball game as we wrap things up here for you from Champion Car Wash Field. Doc Stewart's fall 14-3 against Moundtime. One more game left to go on the day. The Medford Mustangs, they're here and getting warmed up. Also, I saw Mid-Valley has shown up to the ballpark as well, so it'll be Mid-Valley and Medford squaring off in the tournament championship game for first place. That one is slated for a 2 o'clock start time, so about an hour and a half away from now. And that is going to do it for us. Doc Stewart's coming up. They've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off from playing games. I'm sure that Coach Eric Savage will have him here at the field for a little bit of practice time throughout that. But our next broadcast of Doc Stewart's Baseball will be coming up on Friday later this week as the Doc Stewarts will host the Post 20 Dirtbags for a non-league doubleheader. Game 1 of that one at the moment scheduled for a 4 o'clock start time. And so we'll have 2 games coming up for you on Friday evening here on The Score. And that will do it for us here. And we'll talk to you again here coming up in a few days. But the Doc Stewarts get a win. Stay up to date with Doc Stewart's information. We'll have the final scores from these tournament games coming up for you. We'll have all that posted at 541radio.com. A great resource for Doc Stewart's American Legion baseball information. Want to say thanks to Moundtime for another fun game, as well as thanks to all the teams that traveled here to Roseburg for this tournament. It was fun to have them all here. There was a lot of great games going on. So thanks to everybody, all of the opponents that made their way here. Thanks to head coach Eric Savage and the entire Roseburg American Legion baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Grady Hamilton back in the studio for the radio production here today. And as always, thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran, wishing everyone a happy Father's Day here on this Sunday, and we'll talk to you again here soon when the Doc Stewarts take on the Post 20 Dirtbags for a non-league doubleheader coming up Friday at 4. We'll have coverage starting at 3:45. Streaming live with video online at 541radio.com, presented by the Cow Creek Tribe, and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.